Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
I shop at Marshalls, TJ Maxx, etc. Should I stop shopping there? Well, the question is, how many items have you sold, and how many of these, claims have you had against you where Amazon wanted to see your invoices? We really haven't ever had any of those kind of problems. So, right, so you've only had one out of, probably 10, even the smallest of sellers have probably sold tens of thousands of items, in the lifetime of their product. And, Cynthia Stein can get people engaged. They're pretty good. My good friend Nate McAllister works for her. And, she's good at what she does, but, again, she makes money off of, people being afraid of their businesses being shut down, so she gets, she checks your accounts, she charges people hundreds of dollars a month, just to make sure you're in compliance. And, of course, she wants everyone to be in compliance, and the way you do that is tell everybody who does retail arbitrage, everyone who does online arbitrage, not to do that anymore. And wholesale and all, wholesale or private label is the only way that you should be selling on Amazon to be, 100% safe. So, that's not going to work. That doesn't fit my business model. If that's the only thing that I could do, then I wouldn't be selling on Amazon anymore. To get to make 10 or 15 or 20%, on the average for doing wholesale, that's what you get out of it. And, all the work is not worth it to me in my business. So, those kind of business models just don't work for me. People who have, millions of dollars to invest, or, tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to start with, and can, maybe buy a program or find somebody to create a private label product for them that they can just buy and send in, and, buy thousands of units at a time and wait months to get the products. And, wholesale isn't much better. The returns are a lot less. But, those are the kind of people that are going to be there. And, that's not what Amazon wants to do. That's not what they're looking for. Amazon can buy from the same wholesalers that you can buy from. They wouldn't need the whole third-party program. They can create their own products, and they can go and find those other products from the same wholesaler as you can, and probably get a better price. So, there's no good to come out of them shutting down every person, but they do have to do something to stop people who are selling counterfeit products. And that's how they do it, by checking invoices. I mean, I've sent in receipts before, and they've been accepted. Nowhere have they ever said they won't accept a retail receipt. She's the one who's saying that. And there's other people who have who've said the same thing, but you never really know what's what's the truth and what isn't. And, to her, it's the truth, but, who knows, she has a source at Amazon, but, all of us know when you talk to Amazon, when you talk to one person, they tell you one story. And when if you call back or open another case, you're going to get a completely different story from somebody else. So, even though it's the truth, obviously she's not making this stuff up. She's very qualified and one of the best at, getting people engaged and doing all these things. But, what's the truth to her may not be the truth to, the head of, a department at Amazon, or, or to Mike, it might not be the truth to Jeff Bezos, or, whoever's in charge of making those decisions there. So her contact, could very well have told her, you know, one thing and they're doing another thing. You know, because they're not people in charge. There's you know, she has somebody who works there. You know, I didn't watch the thing. You know, I've talked to plenty of people who have, but um, you know, people are always negative and downing about your business, and you know, it's just talking about doomsday and how horrible, you know, it's going to get. You know, I really don't have time for those kind of people. You know, I'm interested in moving ahead, moving forward, and growing your business. And, you know, wherever that's going to take you, then that's where it takes you. And, you know, if at some point in the future you can't sell, you know, retail items, then stop buying retail items. But I'm not going to do something now that years down the road you can't do anymore. And you know, Amazon's, you know, a growing thing. You know, anybody used to be able to sell in groceries. Now it's a lot better business because just anybody can't do it. And you know, that's really all it comes down to. But if we go and you know, if something gets restricted like Adidas did, you know, there's plenty of ways to get unrestricted and get approval from Adidas. Or, you know, it was the same thing with Frozen, or with, you know, what else was there? Star Wars. You know, any of these products you can get approval in if you work for it. And then once you have approval, you know, there's a very limited supply of the sellers who can sell it, and you can still buy those items at retail. You know, but now you're a company that's been pre-approved to sell those items. You know, it seems like it's hard, but all you have to do is find, and we've gone through this in previous webinars, but you know, anything that requires approval, you only have to do two things. You have to get a letter from the manufacturer saying you can sell it, but I mean, that's not what you really have to do. All you have to do is get a letter saying that your source could sell it. So if you have a wholesaler, I believe a lot of people were using Entertainment Earth last year to get approved in Star Wars Episode 7. So what you do is you go to Entertainment Earth and you know, you buy some Star Wars products and you let them know that you need a you know, an approval letter showing that they are authorized to sell those. So whoever they get it from, Hasbro or Mattel, you know, whatever products you were buying, they would supply you a letter saying, you know, from, you know, Mattel, for example, that Entertainment Earth is an authorized distributor of their Star Wars products. And then you supply that along with an invoice showing that you bought, you know, said Star Wars products, and you submit those two items to Amazon, and you are ungated. I mean, you know, we found hundreds of people to get ungated doing exactly that from, you know, the same company with the same letter. So, you know, it's not a hard process, and it's the same with shoes or any brand that you want to be ungated in. You know, this is the process you have to go through. And, you know, once you're ungated, you know, there's a couple million sellers that aren't going to be ungated. And, you know, when it comes down to it, it's really not that complicated. It's just something you have to do for each product. And, you know, then you're inside the gate and everyone else is outside of the gate. You know, so don't look at these things that are, you know, I'm going to have to change my whole business model. You know, it should be more of an opportunity for you than something that's hindering you. And, you know, once you're pre-approved by the manufacturer, you're not going to have issues with counterfeit claims because, you know, they already know that you're authorized to sell it from the manufacturer. They have a letter proving that you can sell it. So those counterfeit claims are really just not an issue. I hope that answers that. Yeah, so moving on, if there weren't any other questions on anything, what I did want to talk about today, which we've covered before, is keywords. We have about a little less than 100 days left to till you know, Christmas starts. So you know, what that means is that we're basically right on the edge of quarter four. Quarter four doesn't start in, the end of November or December. It really starts, September, October. People start buying for Halloween and, early for Christmas and Christmas decorations and everything that goes along with that. So you really need to make sure that the items that you're selling have the best keywords. And, I hope you guys seen what we posted earlier about, some of the articles. We love using merchant words, of course. We've negotiated a great discount. We have 70% off with them. So instead of 30, I think it's like $7. We've been using it for a couple years, way before we even had a discount. I think I'm using Scanner Monkey's discount when I signed up. And it's a great tool. They have, I think, over 100 million keywords archived. And, so if you read the article that I sent over about from Nate McAllister today, talking about merchant words, you'll know that different sites use different ways of using keywords, and without getting too technical like he did, it's basically it's called the A9 algorithm, which is what Amazon created. So what this does is this is going to look at what you're buying and what you're looking at when other people put in a keyword or when you put a keyword in. It's so, usually Google's going to look at stuff more on the back end, the backlinks and all the coding and keywords that people put in. But Amazon doesn't care about, keywords necessarily. So when we enter in keywords, it's to get people to a page, but to get people to come back, it has to be things that are going to convert. Conversions are all that matters to Amazon. So for example, I've used, a drill for an example in the past. So if you're looking for, a Makita drill, for example, and if people put in their keywords, Makita and DeWalt and Black & Decker and Craftsman and all these different keywords in. And so 10 people go to the site or go to your page on Amazon, because of the keywords, and then only one person buys it. But they're going to other ones that are doing the same search because it's going to be more than one product that shows in your search results. What's going to happen is it's going to be sending them more often to the ones that are converting into sales. Because if somebody looks for DeWalt now and it takes them to a Makita drill, and they're not looking for a Makita drill, they're looking for a DeWalt, they're going to look at it, see it's not what they're looking for, and then they're going to go select the one that has the right description, has the right title and pictures that matches what they're looking for. So keywords can play a negative effect on your listing. So you have to make sure you're using relevant keywords, that you're not putting negative keywords in. So, you can't just go to Google and find all the words that, copy all the words or download, one of the spreadsheets of all the words that are going to match your search. You have to put in things that are relevant, things that are people going, are going to make people look for those items and could possibly buy them. With Google, you can put a bunch of hidden keywords in, and it's going to bring people to that page, make you higher in the search results. But Amazon's going to have a negative effect. They have a great algorithm that they've developed that builds all of this information in, and Merchant Words is something that's built, to utilize that. So it's going to show you similar keywords. Now, keywords are different from your ads. So if you're doing one of the pay-per-click campaigns on Amazon, you may want to have your search come up for when people are looking at DeWalt, because at the bottom of the page, they're going to have those little photo ads for the sponsored products, and you're going to get. Of course, you want your Makita next to the DeWalt drill and have different options. So If you're using the pay-per-click campaigns, you can have competing products, for example, shown in there, but you don't want it in your keywords. So, if you're using Merch by Amazon or any of these other, shirt sites, and have your own shirts listed, then this is all going to work the same way. You're going to have that in your description, and you can have it in keywords for your Amazon listings or whatever it is that you're doing. So the ads are fine. I think we do up to 1,000. You can do up to 1,000 in the pay-per-click, and we sell a lot of makeup and cosmetics, CoverGirl, Maybelline, and we have all that on the same pay-per-click. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you a few search terms in Merchant Words. I highly recommend this. It's only $7 a month. If you only use this a couple times, if you only use this once, it's really going to give you your money's worth. So if you have any questions so far, just throw them up in the chat. I'm going to try and share my screen here. Let's get logged into Merchant Words before I do. And so, like I said, they have 40 million words. Share the screen here. All right, so here we are on the main page. You can basically search for whatever you want, search for keywords or a phrase, however you want to do it. And of course, I'm frozen up now. Okay. Hopefully you see this again. Having browser issues here. Okay. So let's search for Pokemon. See what happens here. Not a whole lot is coming up. 53,000 searches. Most of those are in the apps, of course. Okay, I need to stop my share for a second here. Okay, let me try sharing my screen again. Okay, so let's look up CoverGirl. Jesus. Okay, one more time. So I typed in CoverGirl. We're sorted by the highest search volume. You can download this as a CSV. I'll get to that in a second to show you how that works. Now we're finding a bunch of stuff that's, you know, all the first ones really aren't going to apply to us. So we can narrow this down. So if we go to, if we go over to the beauty category, it'll only show us the results in beauty. Hit search again. And you can see a bunch of stuff that's going to now apply. So True Blend CoverGirl, CoverGirl Makeup, White Shine, Eyebrow Pencil, basically everything but, you know, the first result. So this is under 100 monthly searches. We can also look in health because we know CoverGirl Makeup is going to be in the health category, health and personal care. We can look at those as well. So, you know, there's a bunch that are in this one here as well. So then we can just take these results and we can copy them into our search on, we copy them over into our search on, for our keywords. You can enter them in your keyword section when you're creating a listing or updating listings. So if you have some listings that you think are good, you should definitely pull this data in to make it for your product. So you know, you update. It's easy to update a listing. Anybody that's selling on a listing can submit updates. You can submit keywords, update your pictures, and you can get and you can make these searches a lot more relevant. So here we're looking at DeWalt, which is, you know, most of the results are, it's a brand name, so most of them are going to only come up in the correct category or the correct item. You're not going to get a lot of wrong stuff. So almost everything here you can see, there's a ton of people searching for DeWalt tool sets. So if you have anything that's related to DeWalt tool sets or power, you know, power tools for DeWalt, you know, you definitely want to get those keywords in there. You know, if you have anything related to any of these, you can see there's a ton of searches for all of these items. That's also going to show you what category you're in. So if you're in the wrong category, then, you know, if items listed in the wrong category, you may not be getting as many searches as you should be. You know, if you see people are searching in tools and you're in an industrial or you're in automotive, maybe it should be in one of the other categories. So, you know, once you find a good search that you want to use, we can just click on download a CSV and open this up right into whatever viewer you're using. I'm opening it in Excel. If you don't have Excel, you can use you know, whatever Office tools you have, or just upload it into Google Drive. It's going to show you your search volume, and it's going to show you all the phrases. I believe this downloads the top 1,000. Yeah, it goes to the top 1,000 results. It's going to show you there's at least 1,000 of these. When it gets under 100, or it doesn't know, it's going to show you it as 100. But as you can see here, everything's at least 1,000. So, you know, those are actual, you know, estimated results for the month. So as you can see here, if you wanted to do the, I'm not going to get into doing the pay-per-click ads. because I've done several videos on that, so you can see that on the Mastermind site. But you can basically just copy all or whatever segment you want and paste that right into the pay-per-click ads, and you can see, and it will create those all as ads using your default price, or you can change the prices. It's very simple. But once you download this, you can just copy this and copy it over right into Seller Central. So, okay, I don't know why it keeps exiting out. So I don't know why it keeps canceling the screen share, but so that's really all you need to use for that. If you go into log into the Mastermind site, you can see where how to use your discount. Just go to the discounts section under the Masterminds, and you'll see that information. For all of our discounts, I think we probably have dozens of discounts at different sites. So that one gets you 70% off. 70% off. I think it's $7 or $8 a month. Yeah, Merchant Words. I'm not sure how they get the information, but they have about 40 million keywords for Amazon. They have some kind of deal with them, so it pulls the information in and updates it right from the Amazon site, and so they're able to give you a monthly estimation. So of course, if you're looking at holiday stuff, it's kind of going to be averaged out over the year. So if you're in April, thinking about Christmas products, and those numbers aren't going to be correct for a different time of the year, because they're just not getting those kind of search results. But you can get a good estimation of what products are going to be more popular, and what searches are more popular in the past for that. And again, they're not pulling the information live every day. They get it from Amazon, so there's quite a big delay. So if you're looking at something that's trending on Facebook, and people go to Amazon and are searching for it, then those numbers aren't going to be live based on that. But when you're looking at trends and historical data, that's what a tool like that is for. And another great place to look for keywords is if we go directly to Amazon. So I'll try sharing the screen again. But if we go to Amazon, see if I can share this. Okay, try one more time. And yes, it's called Merchant Words. It's merchantwords.com, and it is not just general keywords. It is from Amazon. So hopefully you can see the screen again. So if we look for, again, we'll just stick to DeWalt. So if we search for DeWalt, and we let Amazon do the auto completion of our search, then it's going to show us what people are searching for. These aren't random things that just come up based on your based on what you're typing in. These are things that people are searching for often. So DeWalt 20V, those are the new, bigger, if you don't know drills, but it's the new biggest power packs that they have. So, people are looking for 20-volt combo kits and just the batteries, and 20-volt, of course, tools. The radio apparently is a popular search, which is like a boom box, a tough boom box for your work sites. drill, DeWalt impact driver. So, you know, these are the kind of things that people are currently searching for. You know, so Pokemon is very popular. It's going to give you some department ideas that you can search in. You know, all departments, of course, is first, and toys and games and movie and TV. So we know what the 2 top searches are. And then, you know, of course, the Pokemon Go game is the top thing, but we see what else people are looking for. Pokemon cards, Pokemon Go Plus, which is a new little Bluetooth bracelet that's going to be coming out that's very hot, already sold out for the pre-sale. People are looking for backpacks for back to school, plush, which is toys, hats, games. So, you know, the kind of things that people now, you know, are most looking for in Pokemon. And if we go ahead and do a search, we're going to find even more results. So now, you know, I'm not really interested in the regular search, but if we do a more specific search, it may show us some better results. And if not, you know, usually you'll find people who bought this also look at these things. But, you know, first thing I would do is look at the top hot items. So the top ones are often going to be a sponsored result. We don't care about those because they're being paid. But if you look at these best sellers, you know, and this is going to work for anything. You know, don't worry about, you know, those Pokemon or power drills. You know, any product that you want to look at, Amazon's going to work the same way. You know, so we looked at the top product, the #1, you know, there's the #1 bestseller for Pokemon and collectible card booster packs. But whatever you may look at, you know, who cares about the product? Don't worry about the product. We're looking for, you know, hot sellers, keywords, what people are looking at. So we're going to look at these things. Sponsored products related to this item doesn't matter. These are just paid ads. People are doing the same thing you are. But we want to see what people are actually buying. So if we go down here and see what customers who bought this item, what else they also bought, you know, this is the important part. You know, when you're looking at a page, when you're sourcing, if you buy a sourcing list or, you know, you get the list that's included in your Mastermind, this is what you should be looking at. You know, you open a product, you see it, you know, maybe it's sold out. Maybe you can't buy it at the source. Well, you know, who cares? Go over to Amazon, look and see the other products that people are buying. And, you know, trace that back, see where to find that. Find a wholesaler. You know, if you don't know how to create a wholesale account, well, we have a whole section on our Mastermind, or ask Valerie or ask me, contact Todd, you know, and we'll walk you through it. You know, we'll go on the phone with you and you know, call up a wholesaler, a distributor, and, you know, we'll help you, you know, get your first wholesale account or whatever it is you're trying to do. You know, we'll help you through it. But this is your first step. This is how you find the products that you want to sell. This is the products that people are buying. So if you already have a product, you want to make a, you know, or if you find a product that's not worth buying, you know, this product is, you know, ranked 1,000, but, you know, it's a negative ROI. Well, you know, that's okay, because if you scroll down here, you're going to get 2 pieces of important information. You look at these and these, and you can see everything that people were buying these items together. Anybody who bought this product, they also bought all of this stuff. And on this page alone, there's 8 pages full of products that people are buying together. Somebody who bought this bought at least every one of these products on these 8 pages, and people who bought this product specifically bought these 3 together. So if they're buying this booster pack, they're also buying these sleeves, and they're buying this. I don't know if that's a poster. It looks like a set of cards. Okay, so this is a 100 card rare lot. They're buying these 3 products together. So they're buying that stuff. So, obviously you can't put like a card set together. I wouldn't even recommend selling something like that. But, you look at this spot on almost every page on Amazon has this. And so, people are buying these 3 products together. You source those 3 products, you put it in a bundle, and now you have a bundle of products that for a fact that people are frequently buying together. Ted, we already talked about that for the first 20 minutes. So I don't agree with that. And if you watch the replay, it'll be posted tomorrow. You'll see all of that, but we just can't go over that again in the webinar. But, that's all I'll say about that. So, I wouldn't worry about naysayers and people who are saying what they heard Amazon is saying. If you followed all of her rules, you may not be, Amazon may not be the business for you anymore. I know it wouldn't be for me. So let's not, worry about people who are always talking about, the end of Amazon and all doom and gloom. And, let's look forward and grow our business. And I'll definitely be able to help you with all that. But watch the replay, and we'll talk about that in depth. Yes, you can definitely find a ton of results, as you've seen. I think we've done whole webinars just going over merchant words. But tonight I wanted to show a general overview on things that people had questions on. Carol, if you want to see a lot more about merchant words, it's free. You can create an account, or I think not even create an account. Go there and use it. It just shows you like the first 5 results. So, if you want to go try it out, find some stuff, the extra results will be grayed out, but you'll still be able to sort and all that stuff. So I definitely try it out. It's only $8 a month or somewhere around there if you use our discount. So, give it a shot and check it out. But as I was saying, this is a great idea to bundle. This is a great idea to find the products. And down here, if you look at all these products, of course, there's a lot of single cards here for Pokemon. But again, the product doesn't matter. It's, for a fact that these people are also buying these products. So, these are items that you want to look to source. And you also... the point of this webinar is to look at these products to find keywords that are going to go together. So, we see Pokemon XY Breakpoint Booster Pack. People are also buying all of these products. So if it's a new product you're listing, you can look for a similar product. But, as we're getting to Q4, you want to get your stuff to the top of the search. So what we're going to do is look at your product. If you have a product that you may have a lot of or have gotten a deal on, and it may look a little stale. It may, you think it should be getting a lot more sales than it is, or there's similar listings that are getting a lot more sales. Well, that's probably an issue with keywords, the title, the description. Those are all used as keywords, and you have to have the right ones. If you're using the wrong ones, as I said before, people are going to your site, they don't buy, they don't come back and buy later on, then all that's going to happen is Amazon's going to stop sending people there because there's better items for them to send them to. So the way to fix that is to fix your keywords, fix the descriptions, the titles, spend a little bit of time on those listings for products you already have that's just wasting you money, because if you were selling them, you could reinvest them and make your money grow even more. So if we look just in this example, if you had this product, I would go down here and look at all of these products. You might not have 8 pages. You may have 10 pages, or you may only have 2 pages if it's a slower item. This is something that sells, it's selling like crazy. I mean, what is this? The rank's like 200 on it right now, and it stays that way. I'll bet it was sold out right here is the only reason that the rank went up, and it only went up to about 2,000. So you look at all these different items, and people who bought these, so you can pull a lot of this information out of, you're going to pull your keywords out of here. The customers who bought this item also bought this section. You should be pulling a lot of keywords to put into the keywords of your own information. Even if you have to open each one up, if you spend 20 or 30 minutes to improve one of your listings, if you bought 50 or 100 of something for 50 cents, then, it's worth it to improve your listing to make it, more open to more sellers. So now down here, people get confused by this, but this is people who viewed this item also viewed. So this may not necessarily be so good. Up at the top is the people who bought the product showing are also buying these products. But down here, just because somebody viewed this, they also viewed these. Well, if the stuff at the top is what they actually bought, the stuff down here is what they viewed. That means if they didn't buy it, they viewed it. That means they didn't buy it. So people who bought this product, looked at this stuff. They didn't even buy it. So that's like the good stuff. This may be stuff that isn't drawing people. So you can also look at those items to see what people aren't buying. And down here, these are just, recently viewed items. So that's going to be based on the user and have not a whole lot to do with, with the actual listing. It's showing stuff that I usually look at. All right, so we're nearing the end of the hour. If anybody has any more questions, I'd be happy to go over that as far as search terms or anything else with your business. That's what we allocate this hour for nearly every week. If there's anything you want to go over, now would be the time to ask. But search words are definitely a big part of your business. In our business, we find so much stuff. Obviously we're sharing so much stuff with you guys. I think we promise 10 items. I mean, sometimes you see 30 or 40 items every day in your email. So we find a ton of stuff. We have employees that are great at finding good products. You may not be, but through the Mastermind, hopefully you're growing and learning how to do that. But since we find so much great stuff, we don't find a need to really list a lot of new products. And unless you are negotiating wholesale deals or dealing with a manufacturer to bring new products to Amazon, I don't see a whole lot of reason to do that. But, a lot of people create listings, and, that's half of the problem. If you're not good at creating listings, if you're not great at creating a new listing, there's companies, people like Nate McAllister who, charges $200 or more to create a single listing for you. So they're charging all this because, it's a lot of work to create something that's great. So, don't take it lightly, but understand that, your competition may have taken it lightly. They may not have created you know, a great listing to begin with, and now you're selling on that okay listing. So you may need to take some time and make it a better listing. It might not be a bad selling item that's at rank 200,000. You know, it may just have bad keywords. It may have a bad picture. You know, so look at making those products a little bit better. You know, just fixing a few keywords can make all the difference in the product. You know, the keywords, the description, you know, that's what's bringing people to the products. And okay, so it doesn't look like there's any more questions. So we'll see you guys next week. Good night.